All right, let's kick things off with something you've seen a million times. A digital roadblock, a little gatekeeper that pops up online. It seems so simple, right? But trust me, what we're about to dive into is just the tip of a massive, fascinating iceberg. Yep, you know this one. This simple request is our source material for today. And what feels like just a tiny, everyday annoyance is actually your front row seat to a hidden war, a digital battle that's raging every single second of every single day across the web.
I mean, it's a good question, isn't it? Why is the internet so suspicious of us? Well, to figure that out, we're going to have to do a little detective work. So, first up, let's find out why these digital bouncers even exist in the first place.
Okay, so before we can really get into the test itself, we gotta understand who, or maybe I should say what, it's designed to catch. It's time to meet the digital bad guys. Get ready for this number, because it's a big one. Roughly 47%. That's right, studies show that almost half of all the traffic on the entire internet isn't even human. Just let that sink in. For every person browsing a site, there's a ghost in the machine right alongside them. So what are these non-human visitors? Well, we call them bots. They're basically just automated software programs that roam the web doing all kinds of tasks completely on their own. But here's the thing. Not all bots are created equal. They really come in two main flavors. On one side, you've got your good bots. Think of them as the worker bees of the internet. There are things like the search engine crawlers that map out the web so you can actually find stuff on Google. Super useful, right? We literally need them. But then you have the bad bots. These are the troublemakers, the ones that spam comment sections, try to steal your personal info, or, buy up every single concert ticket in 3 seconds flat. They're the reason we need these human tests.
So, that's the big puzzle for every website out there, right? How do you let the good guys, the humans and the good bots in, while slamming the door on the bad ones? The answer? It's this wild, always changing thing we call the human test.
And this is where it gets really interesting. Because this whole thing has been one massive technological arms race. I mean, look at this. Back in the early 2000s, it was all about that squiggly, distorted text that computers just couldn't figure out. Then, in 2007, we got reCAPTCHA, which was brilliant. It had us solving these little puzzles to help digitize old books. Fast forward to 2014, and you get that simple little checkbox, I'm not a robot. But it wasn't so simple. It was secretly watching how you moved your mouse. And today, a lot of these tests are totally invisible. They just analyze how you behave on a site to figure out if you're real. See, as the bots got smarter, the tests had to get way, way smarter too.
And there's an official name for all this stuff: CAPTCHA. It's a bit of a mouthful, I know. It stands for Completely Automated Public Turing Test to Tell Computers and Humans Apart. Whoa, but really, the name tells you everything. The whole goal is to create a test that any human can pass easily, but a computer will fail.
And at its core, the logic is always the same, no matter what puzzle they throw at you. Step 1, the website gives you a challenge that needs a human touch. Step 2, you use that amazing human brain of yours to see the pattern or read the weird text. Step 3, the bot, which just sees ones and zeros, totally fails. And boom, step 4, you're in, verified as human. Simple as that.
But it's not that simple anymore. As elegant as that system is, the arms race is still on. And honestly, the whole game is changing as we speak, which brings up a ton of new problems.
Yeah, the old puzzle-based tests are really starting to show their cracks. For one, they're just frustrating. We've all been there. And for people with certain disabilities, they can be a total roadblock. But here's the real kicker. Modern AI is getting so good, it can solve a lot of these puzzles better and faster than we can. That's a huge problem. And those invisible tests that track our behavior, well, that raises some pretty serious questions about our privacy, doesn't it? And when you look at what's next, you realize there's no perfect answer. It's all about trade-offs. You can use behavioral analysis, which is super smooth for us, but it means you're being watched. You could use things called honeypots to trick simple bots, but the smart ones just waltz right past them. And the future? Maybe biometrics. But I mean, do you really want to give a fingerprint scan just to post a comment online? It's this constant juggling act between security, convenience, and privacy.
And this is where we get to the heart of it. The whole battle is changing. It used to be a really simple question. Are you a human or a computer? But now we have AI that can paint pictures and write poetry. That line is getting fuzzier and fuzzier. The challenge has completely evolved. So that leaves us with this massive question. If an AI can pass the human test, what's next? How do we prove we're real in a world full of machines that are getting smarter every single day? So the next time you're online and you're asked to find all the bicycles in a picture, just remember, you're not just solving a silly little puzzle. You're a soldier on the front lines of one of the longest running battles on the entire internet.